Hey everyone, it's Argonath here from Return of the Fan, and it looks like Marvel's Eternals has been had its world premiere, and some of the reviews are rolling in. But as you know, don't take any of these early reviews as gospel or anything, because we know a lot of the people who are reviewers get early access to the film, and so because they want to keep the early access, they need to say good things about the film. But not all of the reviews have been too enthusiastic. We'll just have to wait and see, right? We'll just have to wait and see. Again, I'll wait until the movie's released and then get some reviews from people that I actually like. Currently in New Zealand, we're in lockdown. I have no idea how long we're going to be in lockdown, so I'm not too sure whether I'm going to be able to get to see this movie in the theatre anyway. But we'll see. So let's have a look at and have a read of this article. Marvel's Eternals has had its world premiere, and that means critical evaluations of the movie are flooding social media for the very first time. Director Chloe Zhao, amazing director that she is, and the all-star cast of the next MCU entry gathered in Los Angeles for the first public screening of the block. So it's held in woke Hollywood, so probably no worries there. Eternals perhaps faces a more unusual challenge than many Marvel movies, in that its core group of heroes may be less recognisable to the general public than the likes of Spider-Man. Yep, because I have absolutely no idea who's in this. I'm not a big comic book person, so I kind of know all the big characters as listed here. Spider-Man, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Black Panther obviously, but I guess we'll wait and see. The film retraces the entirety of human history through the eyes of a godlike group of heroes who have observed the species but only ever intervened to protect us from a race of evil aliens called the Deviants. I wonder what their reasoning is going to be, why they didn't intervene in any world wars, why they didn't intervene during the war with Thanos, and when the snap happened, why did they not intervene for that, considering half of the world's population just disappeared, and they wouldn't have known that they would be able to unsnap, the Avengers would be able to unsnap it and come back again. So it'll be very interesting to see what their reasons are, why these godlike people did not intervene and help out the human species a lot of times throughout history. We'll just have to wait and see what happens in the movie, I guess. Zhao handed writers Patrick Burleigh, Ryan Firpo, Kaz Firpo had a significant task to introduce this new corner of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and critics had a lot to say as they shared their first thoughts on social media. The general feedback appeared to be full of praise. Of course it would, because these are all the people that have early access. They want to keep the early access, right? Just got out of Eternals. I've never been so invested in a story. It was cinematically beautiful. I was engaged the entire time. There's a lot to ingest, but they do such a great job to process it all. This feels so different from the MCU, like its own universe. I loved it. It's so amazing. Chloe Zhao and the company turned into an evocative, emotional, extraordinarily epic superhero film. The ensemble have great chemistry, and all get big movie moments to showcase their prowess. The naturalism of Ben Davis' cinematography spotlights characters' humanity. Eternals are one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and I'm happy to report that it did not disappoint at all. Chloe Zhao takes you on a thrilling and emotional journey. The visuals are incredible and the cast absolutely kills it. The cosmic side of the MCU is expanding. No, nothing about the actual story or anything like that. Right, just all the ancillary stuff that they're going on about. Loved Eternal, ambitious, expansive, fashionable. What does that mean, fashionable? Surprisingly funny. Felt quite different than where we've been. Almost forgot we were in the MCU at times. Pleased every character had such a chance to shine. Credits are wild. Holy crap! Eternals is a freaking masterpiece, packed with adrenaline right from the start, but also filled with lots of heart and humour. So many MCU firsts. Oh yeah, it's got the first gay kiss in this movie, if you haven't heard, so you'll look forward to that. Your mind will be blown. Nods to comics, but a totally unique story. Those end credits are game changers. That still goes on. Just more gushing praise for the movie. That said, not everyone seems thrilled with the star-studded comic book adaptation, with one reaction suggesting it struggles with the amount of characters it introduces us to. Eternals, in style and tone, is easily the least Marvel-like movie on the MCU. It doesn't look like plastic. Also, sex happens. What the? Okay. And the scale is cosmic in a way that makes the Avengers arc feel like a blip. So why is it still just misfit spandex people fighting bad CG for 3 hours? Ooh, that's not quite so good. Aside from a few dazzling moments and a wonderfully diverse cast, Eternals disappointed me. The story is an expository, convoluted mess as it jumps through time and multiple continents with an uneven tone. Ramin Djawadi's score soars, but Chloe Zhao's distinctive style is sadly absent. That's quite interesting. It sounds like it spans a huge amount of time. Look at how many characters there are. So trying to fit that amount of time, giving all these characters a good amount of screen space to build up their characters, maybe it just doesn't work. Maybe they should have gone for a few characters at a time and build up the Eternals universe, just like the way they did with the MCU universe, because it'd be hard to really get to grips with each of the different characters when they have so little screen time. But I guess we'll need to wait and see. So I guess it's good to see there it isn't all glowing praise, because generally when it's all glowing praise, then it's not going to be as good as what us normal people would kind of enjoy. Here's another. Eternal struggles with the amount of characters. Again, yep, too many characters. Introduce us to requiring backstories, info on their powers, and a moment each, which competes for the plot pacing to do so. I'm saying that there's a lot of heart and it's enjoyable. In saying that, there's a lot of heart and it's enjoyable. Eternals is being positioned as an inflection point for the future of the MCU by potentially influencing incarnations of the Avengers moving forward. So bringing forward all the female Avengers, because they're going to be taking over in the next phase of the MCU. Mark my words, that is what's going to happen. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, you're welcome to give me a thumbs down. And hopefully I will catch you in the next video.